Everybody knows the iconic scenes in Rocky because they've lingered with us for a half century now. Punching the side of beef, running the museum steps, the big fight, Rocky and Adrian embracing in the ring. But one of the film's greatest scenes, perhaps its most pivotal scene, occurs at exactly the midway point, when Mickey walks to Rocky's apartment to tell him he needs a manager to guide him through his once-in-a-lifetime shot at the title with heavyweight champ Apollo Creed. Why is it great? What makes it so important? Because it reveals character. It makes these men, Rocky Balboa and Mickey Goldmill, three-dimensional people. They're both broken, more alike than they would care to admit, and they're desperate for a chance to prove that they're more than they currently are. They need each other, even though neither can explicitly say it. This film is a character study, not a sports movie, not a boxing movie, and this 8-minute scene tells us who they are, most brilliantly by switching the dynamic and flipping who has power and control. Rocky and Mickey have two scenes together before the big one, and Mickey is in control of both. Rocky may be young and on the verge of fighting for the heavyweight title, but Mickey renders him impotent in the gym that bears his name. At the 20-minute mark, a struggling Rocky has his locker unceremoniously taken from him at Mickey's gym, where Rocky trains. Why? Mickey's unsparing in his explanation.
What's your problem?
My problem is I've been talking to your man Mike. I want to know how come I've been put out of my locker.
Because Dipper needed it. Dipper's a contender. He's a climber. Do you know what you are?
What?
A tomato.
Me?
Yeah, let's face it. I run a business here, not a goddamn soup kitchen. You got heart, but you fight like a goddamn ape. Hey, kid. You ever think about retiring?
No.
You think about it. Yeah. All right, time.
The second comes when Mickey tells him that a promoter has inquired about Rocky being a potential sparring partner for Apollo Creed.
You know, I've been coming in for 6 years, and 6 years you've been sticking it to me. I want to know how come.
Because you had the talent to become a good fighter. And instead of that, you became a leg breaker. Some cheap, second-rate loan shark.
It's a living?
It's a waste of life.
But of course, they aren't looking for Rocky to be a sparring partner. They're going to offer him a chance to fight for the heavyweight title as a kind of stunt for the bicentennial. Creed, a Muhammad Ali-esque champ, is going to give an unknown an opportunity of a lifetime as a nod to the American dream. In a lesser film, Rocky would fight for the title, win, and show this man who had no faith in him that he was wrong, and the characters would remain cardboard cutouts instead of real people. But this isn't a lesser film. Because it sparked a long list of inferior sequels, casual moviegoers tend to lump the Rocky films together in a blur of fight and training highlights, while forgetting that this movie won the Oscar for Best Picture of 1976. Not just winning, but defeating such iconic rivals as Taxi Driver, All the President's Men, and Network. Sylvester Stallone as Rocky and Burgess Meredith as Mickey show us why boxing has historically provided the most interesting characters in films with sports as a backdrop, from Rocky to Raging Bull to Million Dollar Baby. Just 8 minutes after telling Rocky he has wasted his life, Mickey goes to Rocky's apartment to offer up his services as manager and trainer. He walks up the stairs slowly, a suddenly frail 76-year-old man. His gait and his hesitation to knock show that Rocky now has the power and control, reinforced by the meeting at Rocky's place, not Mickey's. Mickey does his best to put on a confident mask.
Can I sit down?
Yeah, sure.
What the hell are those?
Oh, those are the domestic turtles. The one on the top is Cuff and the other guy is Link, and the rest of them are marbles.
Yeah? They make good soup.
Mickey's callous comment brings back a history of mistreatment and abuse, and Rocky's demeanor quickly changes. Rocky wants to stand firm, perhaps he even longs to insult Mickey the way he has been insulted. But that isn't who Rocky is.
I'm here to warn you that you gotta be very careful about this shot that you got at the title. Because, like the Bible says, you ain't gonna get a second chance. Well, what you need is a manager. A manager, listen to me. I know, because I've been in this racket for 50 years.
50 years,
50 years, God, I've seen it all.
Rocky becomes indifferent, but he cannot look Mickey in the eye as he does so. As we have seen repeatedly, Rocky is a good man with a good heart.
Ah, Rocky Marciano. You know, you kind of remind me of The Rock. Do you know that?
You really think so?
That's right. You move like him, and you got heart like he did.
Yeah, I got heart, but I ain't got no locker, do I, Mick?
Rocky is capable of delivering the line only because Mickey is ahead of him with his head turned. His cruelty must be passive. Years of frustration are building inside him, but his aggression is channeled into the throwing of darts. He is not capable of yelling at Mickey nose to nose, let alone capable of physically grabbing or punching him. It's astonishing given that these men are fighters whose existence is rooted in violence. Meredith, who was nominated for a Best Supporting Actor Oscar, does a brilliant job of making us uncomfortable. Mickey, who showed such disdain for Rocky, is now practically begging to be his manager.
I want you to look at something. Wait, look at that. Look at that. That's the way I looked before these guys got at me.
It's nice. You
Yeah.
take very good care of the picture, though.
But I never had no management.
Of course, some of the desire stems from the chance to hitch his own wagon to Rocky's, to share in the opportunity, to vicariously live out a dead dream through him. There's no question of that.
I got all this knowledge. I got it up here, and I want to give it to you. I want to give you this knowledge. I want to take care of you. I want to make sure that all the shit that happened to me doesn't happen to you.
Fight said I don't need no manager.
But you can't buy what I'm going to give you. I mean, I've got pain and I've got experience.
I got pain, I got experience, too.
Meredith shows us that Mickey, deep down, cares for Rocky and always has. His treatment of Rocky has been one of tough love because he is in a position to recognize and lament what it is that Rocky has squandered. He genuinely wants to help him. We might be able to see it, but Rocky in the moment cannot see beyond the insults. Still, he cannot be cruel, and he retreats to the bathroom so that he does not have to face Mickey.
I need your help about 10 years ago, right? 10 years ago?
Right.
You never helped me, none. You didn't care.
Well, if you wanted help. I say, if you wanted help, why didn't you ask? Why didn't you just ask me, kid?
Look, I asked, but you never heard nothing.
Rocky raises his voice only because he doesn't have to see the hurt in Mickey's face. Seeing the hurt against his will, Rocky has a long suppressed moment of catharsis that builds as Mickey makes his way down the stairs. He yells everything he has wanted to say for years, punching the bathroom door for emphasis.
10 years you come to my house. Huh? What's the matter? You don't like my house? My house stink? That's right, it stinks! I ain't no better from you. What about my pride, Nick? At least you had a pride. I ain't had no pride. I ain't had nothing. And you want me ringside and see it? Do you? You want to help me out? Huh? Do you want to see me get my face kicked in?
Again, he can only do so because he is yelling at the door, not Mickey's face. Stallone, nominated for a Best Actor Oscar, does arguably the best work of his career in the moment. The brilliance of the scene, however, is that it finishes outside as Mickey walks down the street. John G. Avildsen, who won the Best Director Oscar, brilliantly decides to let the camera stay off to the side of the apartment building, letting Rocky emerge and chase Mickey down the street. It's an intimate moment, one that we should view from afar, denied what the men actually say to each other. Rocky's had his catharsis, saying what is needed to be said, but it's done, and he cannot go forward feeling as if he has been mean to an old man extending a helping hand, no matter the past. In a beautiful piece of subtle characterization, Mickey briefly backpedals, not sure if Rocky means to embrace him or punch him. The arm over the shoulder, the pat on the back, the turn to shake hands, they say it all. Rocky is a flawed man, but a man pure of heart, willing to let bygones be bygones as Mickey becomes a partner, a mentor, a father figure. Rocky and Mickey, the first tormented by failure and the latter beaten down by time, are damaged men who need each other more than ever. It's a terrific human moment. Emotional, real, the stuff Oscars are made of.